Men of Reddit, what myth about men is 100% untrue and infuriates you when you hear it? I hate when I hear from someone when I have my kids and my wife is working that I'm babysitting. It drives me insane. I don't babysit. I'm raising my kids. I'm not a volunteer or a hired hand. That we only tell women our feelings to coerce them into bed. Like, wow. How new and amazing this relationship is. I am so glad I found you. That is uncomfortable vulnerability, not some sort of plot. Looks like it's more culture specific. Being with the father figure by mother, grandma. Like if you messed up or misbehave, if your dad finds out you'll be in trouble. Worst case is when dad is told the story in a way that he gets angry and fulfills those threats. It wasn't only in my case. Most of the guys I've been talking with had the same case. Like, WTF? This whole "be a man" shtick that leads guys to internalize their problems and marinate in their own issues and neglect their mental health drives me nuts. It took me a long time to find female friends just so I'd feel comfortable talking about my depression and get advice on how to get the help I need. If I did not, I would without a doubt be dead right now. I stamp this thinking out wherever I can find it. It was almost the death of me. My wife is going to earn 1.5-2x as much as me when she's done with her study. So I'm gonna work for 2 to 3 days and take care of the kids when she's done. People act like I'm a traitor to the whole male race and that I'm crazy of being a half stay-at-home dad. Maybe I like to stay at home to spend time with my kids? Men can't multitask. Every time I hear that I have to stop what I am doing so I can get angry at it. Thank you to all who upvoted, and thank you even more to the kind souls who thought this worthy of the gold and silver. That men have to be brave and strong all the time. I love being the little spoon in bed with my so. Nothing makes me feel safer and calmer than having her wrap her arms around me and cuddle in. Men think about every X amount of seconds. I'm a grown man with a life. I have more to think about than just that if we like children but don't have children of our own, we're automatically given at the very least a little grilling. If not straight out asked if we're a pedophile. I like dogs too. For pretty similar reasons. Nobody ever asks me if I'm a dog. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Just get over it. I like that fish. Even if it was kinda mean and cruel. Me having big feet only means that I wear big shoes. And seriously. What makes girls think they can just come up to you and ask about it? Daughter to a single dad here. There was this myth I discovered when I was young. It's something almost all my female friends were told. But thankfully not me. The myth is the belief that there are such things as girl business where only your mom or other older females in the family should help you with. As the only girl in the house growing up, my dad helped me understand and deal with a great many girl business problems. Meanwhile, all my friends had their moms to handle it for them. When my friends found out my dad was sort of in charge of handling those with me, they were shocked. They asked me why I didn't have an aunt or grandma to help instead. Well, my aunts all live at least 10 hours away and grandma is even further. I began to realize over the years that there might actually be negative side effects to this girls only way of thinking. Sure. Having another female assist you with those issues might be less awkward and embarrassing. But there's already an inherent awkwardness and embarrassment associated with it. Learning to overcome the embarrassment is part of growing up and accepting your body. Furthermore, I have since grown up and began studying psychology. And done some research into this further for my studies. I'd have to do a more in-depth and wide-reaching survey and analysis to come to findings I'd be comfortable with being peer-reviewed. But I have a theory that the girls-only mentality causes relationship issues later in life. Young girls grow up thinking that there are some aspects of womanhood men not only don't understand but can't understand. It makes them not only less trusting of male partners, but also keeps them from seeing men as equals when it comes to parenting. Sure, if you're a mom of a young girl, there's no reason for you to not continue helping her with all the complex feminine issues she's going through. Just be careful not to make her think her dad doesn't empathize or understand too. Don't make him this distant third party who will never get it. Or someone who should not be involved because he has a. That's the same toxic female attitude that causes soccer moms to call the cops on a dad when he takes his daughter to the park to play. Men can parent too. And they're surprisingly good at raising young girls on their own. Edit number 1. Thank you to the guys who have sent PMs to say thanks. And to the few who asked for some advice, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for the gold. Edit number 2. Thanks to everyone for the awards. I am shocked at how big this has become since I posted it. I will reply to all the award givers in time, but I'm in my phone right now. Thank you again. If you expose us to radiation, we gain superpowers. In reality, this has only happened a few times and most men would just die. It's getting better now. But back in the day, basically every guy on TV was a sports-obsessed, motorcycle-loving, beer-swilling moron who couldn't function without his wife to look after him and the kids. My wife went away last week for work, and I'll have you know that only half my kids got eaten by wolves. I probably don't want to. It's usually a decision figuring out if I actually want to sleep with you, even if I'm already interested. Although promoting ourselves as Captain Horndog makes us look cool to other guys, so a lot of dudes do that. Or they're desperate. That we're all not interested in or incapable of being involved in the planning of our weddings. I cannot tell you how many comments like, "Remember, it's her day, not yours," I received during the 2-year lead up to our wedding. I'm not going to lie to you and say I'd been looking forward to getting married since I was 12 or something, but I took an active interest together with my wife in the planning of our wedding. It's not my day. It's hers. It was our day. We planned it together. Her vision definitely brought it all together and she did an astounding job. But she didn't just make decisions on her own. We talked together about and worked together on every single thing involved in the event. And we were both ecstatic with how it turned out. It turned out beautifully. I try not to toot my own horn very often, but I never thought the best party I'd ever go to would end up being my own. That we cannot parent as well as a woman. That we need a random woman to come hold a man's child because they're crying. That we are babysitting when our spouse isn't with our babies. That all black guys are hung. All Asians are small. And all white guys are average. Completely not true. There's a wide spectrum for everyone. Hung Asians. Teeny black guys. Whatever. No. I am not going to a strip club. No. That doesn't mean I'm edit. It's always my minimum effort comments that get upvoted lol. Never been a fan of men can't go 6 seconds without thinking about. I mean, yeah, we all go around rock hard ready to hump something all hours of every day all the time. I often find the women who scream that ultimately have nothing else to offer in a relationship, so they accuse men. Men just wait around for a woman to inform them that they are now dating. I'm not trying to claim that women come up to me in bars especially often. But on the rare times they do, there is a definite sense of, I am under no obligation to actually attract you as a mate. I exist and am female. And therefore by default you want to date me. Once, when I tried to politely decline, the woman chastised me in the bar for 5 minutes, demanding to know what my excuse was. What reason I could give her. She simply assumed that the default was that I, as a man, want to date any woman. And that I have to justify not being attracted to a specific one. Just because I have a and you have a doesn't mean I'm trying to get in your pants. I want friends just like anyone else. But when I try to talk to people like my guy friends, they assume I'm trying to date them. No. I just like asking my friends how they were, because I hate people who only talk to you when they want something. So I talk to everyone as a show of you are my friend. Not the services you offer. That we miss signs that women give them because they are stupid. We see them. But we don't want to be creepy, jump to conclusions. Edit. Or we are not interested. The whole with you are a man when it comes to pain, lifting, sadness, etc. That dads are dopey morons barely capable of caring for themselves. Let alone their kids. If a woman physically assault a man, he somehow must have done something to deserve it. This gets even worse in those cases where male victims of domestic abuse are getting arrested in case the police gets called. Even though they are the victims and not the attacker. I really hate how fruity drinks are associated with women. Like, can I just enjoy my strawberry daiquiri? Edit. Whoa. The whole men think about every 7 seconds thing. If you think that's true, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. The only reason men exist is to meet the needs of my family. In the span of 8 months I moved my family to their reservation. Bought a car and truck. Restored a trailer. Rebuilt the motor to my truck. Bought my son a motorcycle. Plus met every want my wife and son had. All while working 6 days a week. After 7 months I snapped. My wife said, I had no idea that you felt this tired. In that time I took 1 weekend off, then some prick burned my house down. I going on a full year of not taking personal time because of the rebuild. At one point I was skipping showering for a week at a time because I would just drop without warning. Men have limits too. A family should take care of each other, not a single person taking care of the family.